Good morning, 8th grade. Today, Thursday, brings us pretty close to being at the end of Act number 1 and the work that's associated with it. Just a couple of reminders as we're coming to the close of Act 1. If you take a look at your booklet, there are individual pages for the scenes. As you have been progressing through, especially into scene number 3, 4, and 5, you have been noticing that there are some pretty extreme conflicts which have developed between the characters. Number 3 addresses that from Act 1, scene number 3. Also, we have a visitor which has arrived who was only going to be staying but a short time, but this is going to turn into a long-term residence, that of Mr. Dussel. And his introduction and some of the news that Dussel brings from the outside is found on number 6 on the bottom of this page. As we get into scene number 4, you have an opportunity, if you've not already done so, to make an illustration concerning something that you thought was memorable. Again, the conflicts that are developing, pretty sharp contrast between Anne and Mr. Dussel's characters, as well as that ongoing conflict between Anne and her mother. And you might be thinking to yourself, is Anne's father doing his wife or his daughter any favors by interfering with the circumstances which always seem to arise? In scene number 5, we are focusing on the cause and effect of these conflicts which have developed. And again, there are some leading statements or questions concerning thoughts, emotions, actions, and then a place for you to respond to them on page number 9. As we end this week, there are questions for you to respond to on page number 10 of Act number 1. The second page I want to remind you of is found inside of the Anne Frank folder, and it is entitled Scene Summaries. Here are some brief summaries of the events that have transpired through the first 5 scenes. I have also added to this page all of those things included for Act number 2. Again, you might decide that you want to proceed and you want to go through for Act number 2, and that is just fine. Again, I have listed all of those items for you and those time audio separations which are found in the MP3 file under Anne Frank. Several of you have contacted me concerning questions that you had concerning some of the items in this packet. If any questions do arise concerning anything that you're reading or you're supposed to be responding to in the packet, please do contact me by way of GoGuardian. Once again, you should be to the end of Act number 1 and answering those questions by the end of this week. And if you find some extra time, you can certainly proceed with Act number 2, and that we will be completing by Wednesday of next week. Again, the reminder that this packet is not to be returned to school this week. Rather, this packet is returned to school at the end of next week on Friday, December 18th. Hope you enjoy continuing to go through the Diary of Anne Frank. Remember those other links that take you to the museum and giving you an opportunity to do those walkthroughs of that upper room. Enjoy the rest of today, Thursday, and again, please contact me if there are any questions. Thank you.